Hi everyone, my name is Liz. I'm a mentor here at Ready Edugo. My area of expertise is visual and digital arts. I'm currently in my second year of teaching visual arts subjects at high school and middle school level. Art has been a passion of mine ever since I was young. I was always encouraged by my parents to explore my creative side. My love for art grew because my mom always has been very creative. So, growing up, she would always have some kind of camera with her, whether it was a Polaroid or one of those Kodak disposable cameras. And photography was by far her favorite subject in the visual arts. To this day, she loves taking pictures. Photography is definitely a creative way for my mom to document life events or just overall everyday life. She actually has tons of boxes of pictures that she has developed over the years. A lot of it from my childhood and my sister's childhood, which is great to look back at. I truly cherish that because I'm able to look back at those memories since all of it was recorded visually. It's just kind of also a way to document memories. My mom was also very stylish. Growing up, she would sometimes design outfits for my sister and I. She would buy fabric and then put them together with her sewing machine and basically would sew outfits for my sister and I, which was super cool, very creative. She loved fashion, and I definitely feel like I got that from her as well. I really truly love fashion. It's something I kind of look at as a hobby. I love just looking at different outfits, putting stuff together. It's something that I definitely got from my mom. A lot of her inspiration was from magazines back in the 90s and TV shows as well as movies. That was her inspiration for creating some stylish outfits. But growing up, I actually never really took art classes outside of the ones offered in school when I was in elementary school. I never really did any outside. A lot of my creative, you know, growth came from home. It started there when I was young. I was again very highly encouraged to explore my creative side. I loved to draw and color and paint. It was just my favorite thing to do. To this day, I would say painting is, my hobby. It's a way for me to wind down, to de-stress. I'm also very happy that I get to teach it uh, every day. So it's kind of like a two-in-one. I get to do that for work as well as do that for leisure. I love painting so much. But yeah, I never really took any outside just because, at that time, art courses weren't offered as heavily as they are now in school, which is a great thing. I'm very happy that art in the education system has expanded greatly. Um, Once I finished middle school and went into high school, that's when I developed the idea of going into it as a career, going to college and pursuing an art degree. I knew I wanted it to be within the arts, just wasn't sure. So I was able to spend my entire high school career thinking about what I wanted to go into. The high school I went to had little groups of clusters, I shall say. They were called academies, and each one it had the purpose of what the student was interested in, perhaps as a future career. And of course, I joined the Arts Academy, and within the 4 years that I was in high school, I basically was able to take a bunch of different art courses, and that's where really my expansion of art really grew. It was in high school. And I feel like high school is very crucial too. for creative growth, because that's when you are almost an adult. You are about to finish, possibly go to college away from your hometown, away from your family, away from the home that you grew up in. You're going to be in a whole new world, and it's definitely like a time to really, think about what you want to do in your future. So I'm really, I was really focused within the arts when I was in high school, and I was able to learn more because I was able to take more courses. And but it wasn't until college, well, that's when I realized I really loved uh, art and teaching. It was mainly due to my professors that all really inspired me to go into teaching. A lot of them had very interesting stories and career paths, all very different. One of my professors was actually, he was hired for National Geographic magazine. So he pretty much just got paid to travel and take pictures, but while at the same time he was a college professor teaching intro to studio lighting, photography classes, and that really inspired me. That's something I saw myself doing. I still wanted it. I just didn't want art to be a career, just my career and what I get paid to do. I also wanted to do it as a hobby. So being able to teach and still do art on the side is something I really wanted to do. However, teaching is something I also love, and I did not learn my love for teaching until I actually started teaching. It's a very rewarding job, and I really love that I'm able to inspire students to follow their creativity, because it's not all about, math, science, reading. Even though those are very important, I still think it's very important to have some expansion in the arts. It actually makes me really happy that they added arts into the STEM acronym, and it's now STEMA, because I definitely think that art is a big part of learning, even for subjects such as science and math. Having visuals or just pictures is very helpful for the learning of students. Some students, it's easier for them to learn by looking at a visual, especially for those that do suffer with disabilities or difficulty with reading numbers and words. Having a visual really helps with that learning experience, and it makes it a little bit more fun as well. So I'm really happy that art was added into that, because I definitely think it's a huge part of a learning. It's part of human learning as well. And again, I'm very happy that the education system has evolved ever since I was a kid, that now high schools offer a great range of art courses. Sometimes when we think of art courses, we just think of the traditional art like painting, drawing, sculpting. But of course, now that technology has evolved, there's things like digital painting, there's digital drawing, digital design. Everything is now digital, which has made it so much easier for students to learn the skill of art. I must also say that art is pretty well-rounded when it comes to careers. Definitely, students could go my route and do art as a teach students, having students create. But there's also careers such as character design, animation, game design, which are probably the most popular and in demand right now. Due to the entertainment industry, how much that has evolved, as well as the gaming industry. I would say the pandemic has played a huge role in the entertainment industry and gaming industry, their evolvement, because people were at home or even still are at home a year later, and definitely had to find a source of entertainment. So a lot of people turned to movies, TV shows, and games. So definitely some great careers to go into when it comes to the arts. Another wonderful career within the arts is 3D modeling. 3D modeling is very well-rounded, and it's actually used not just within art, but it's also used for engineering, industrial design, or even the medical field. It's definitely a degree in the arts that is well-rounded and can be used in almost any industry. The 3D modeler, having the skill of a 3D modeler is great. It's something, again, that can be used for careers not just within arts, but overall within the industries such as the medical field and industrial design and engineering. We definitely need 3D modelers. The computers we're on, the phones we use, the cars we drive, a 3D modeler has played a role in the development of those. Um, so I also want to note that getting into an art degree is a very hands-on experience in college, since also highly recommended to do internships, whether that is with the museum or assisting an artist or a photographer. But that's the way to get the best experience within the art field. And I really encourage students to expand their creativity, whether that is with painting, drawing, with digital design, with graphic design, whatever it is. I really encourage students to just start somewhere. You know, you never know that perhaps it's a skill that you develop and you end up loving and you end up being very good at.